Staying outside the comfort of your own home can be challenging. Do you sometimes feel triggered to drink when on a trip? Well, today I'm going to share with you 3 mistakes to avoid when booking accommodation so that you can have a successful booze-free vacation. Stay to the end because the last one might surprise you. I'm Megan, and I've been traveling solo since 2011 and sober since 2012. My mission is to help women travel solo and or sober so that they can turn their bucket list travels into a reality. Let's get started. My first mistake to avoid for a successful booze-free vacation is to avoid all-inclusive resorts, cruises, and packages. Instead, search for packages that don't include alcohol. All-inclusives can be great, but they can also be tempting, especially for folks that are sober. I've been to a few all-inclusive resorts myself, sober. I can share that I felt temptation at every turn, especially knowing that it was free or that it was included. It was hard to say no. I did, but it definitely was challenging. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, but the quality of the non-alcoholic beverages offered just weren't great. I found it frustrating that I was paying for a package that I couldn't fully utilize. One of the benefits of being sober is that we get to save an exponential amount of money day after day, week after week, year after year. So I say spend that money on something else. Find vacation packages that don't include alcohol or have it as a separate category. Or book resorts, hotels, cruises, vacations as standalones. They don't have to be all-inclusive. Have you ever stayed at an all-inclusive while being sober? What was your experience? My second mistake to avoid for a successful alcohol-free trip is to avoid hostel dorm rooms. If you're still wanting to get the hostel experience, then book a private room within that hostel. No need to avoid hostels altogether. Just stay in private rooms within a hostel when you can. Having stayed in hundreds of hostels when I was drinking, and in many sense, overall, in my personal experience, I have found hostels to attract a party type traveler. This is simply a general statement, and there are many exceptions to this. And if you're susceptible to FOMO, the fear of missing out, or peer pressure, being in a hostel dorm where everybody's talking about what they're gonna do that night, where they're gonna go out to, what are they gonna drink, it can be really triggering. And then on top of that, you have to deal with the noises of the folks coming back after a night out if you chose not to go out, and just dealing with noises in general when you're trying to sleep. I say skip this and spend the few extra dollars on getting your own private room within the hostel. It provides me with privacy and a few less triggers. It still allows me to enjoy what I love most about hostels: the sense of community, the socializing, authentic connection with other travelers and like-minded people. Have you ever stayed in a dorm or a private room within a hostel? What was your experience like for each, especially being sober? My third mistake to avoid for a successful sober travel trip is to avoid the minibars in hotels. This is out of our control whether or not a hotel has a minibar. But once you arrive to your room, you can call reception or bring those items down to reception and just eliminate that from your room. We don't need that temptation. I have stayed in many hotels with minibars. When I was feeling really secure in my sobriety, I didn't even notice them. But there are many times where I felt insecure in my sobriety. So I eliminated the alcohol portion of the minibar by bringing those items down to reception, asking that they not be replenished, and ensuring that I didn't get billed for them. It's okay to set those boundaries and ask for what you need to ensure a comfortable night's stay. Have you ever done this before? If you're getting ready for an upcoming trip and are looking to do it sober, grab my free sober travel guide below. To recap, these are the 3 mistakes to avoid for a successful booze-free vacation. Let me know in the comments which tip you've used or are going to use on your next sober travel trip. Thank you so much for watching.